chiming in today. We're going to get started. Let's get this recorded as well. We're going to get started in just a sec. So let me get that going. All right. Okay, looks like we have got a recording going already. So, all right, appreciate everybody being here. Hey, everybody, my name is Tony Procopio. I am logging in from New Fairfield, Connecticut. Appreciate you taking some time out of your schedule tonight. We have some amazing things happening here. I'm joined by my business partners, Jim Brendan and Ed Kenny. We are the founding advisors here at Think Plus, and we're going to be turning this meeting over because it's being hijacked by corporate. We have the top leaders here at the company, including our CEO, vice presidents of the company. Very exciting what's happening, everyone. If you haven't heard, we launched this company just about 5 months ago, not even 5 months ago, a little over 4 months ago, made some significant strides, opened up a handful of markets to start, and then all of a sudden a whole bunch of other markets popped in. Then we had a whole bunch of other things happen with new services and new offerings, and the team has continued to grow, and we're growing in leaps and bounds. And now we are at a momentous, historic moment with our company. Things are happening rapidly right now, and we are about to launch the behemoth, the holy grail in the deregulation market, which is Texas. So welcome everyone on to the Texas launch event tonight. I'm going to turn it over to your host for the evening. He is a very special individual here. Actually, all of the communication that you see comes from him in this company. Everything that you see, all the different communication, he and his team have put together incredible corporate information for us. You're going to hear from Mike Falquist, who is the CEO and co-founder of the company. Mike, I've known Mike for 4 years. Mike has been his motto is do the right thing. And I'm telling you from experience, I've been working with Mike closely for the past year. And Mike is always doing the right thing. He's built a tremendous company here. He has a tremendous track record of growth, and you could not find a better person to lead this company. He lives in Connecticut. I'm not too far away from him. I'm happy to be in the same state with him. And I'm telling you right now, you guys, we have some great things happening. And so I think that we have Mike on the line. Mike, can you hear us?
Tony, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mike.
Fantastic. Well, welcome everybody. As Tony said, it is a momentous evening for us. Anytime you're opening a new market or expanding or innovating, it's just fun. And I mean, I hate to say it for those of us outside of Texas, this is really kind of the granddaddy of them all. So really exciting to be here today. And share with you everything we've got going on in the company. So before I get into Texas, though, we do have one other announcement. And since we've got a large group of EAs on the call, wanted to quickly reference an upgrade we've made to community solar compensation. For those of you who are familiar with how we pay out, we had been paying the customer acquisition bonus on pending, and then the up team and sponsor customer acquisition bonuses were delayed until basically customers were going active with farms. Great news. We are now paying all of the cabs as soon as that customer goes to pending. Just because we want to reward you for the work you're doing, and we don't want you to wait until those projects go live. So if you have customers in Maine or New York and you've been waiting on your up team bonuses, good news. In the next couple of weeks, all those will get paid out for the thousands of customers that we've enrolled for community solar. So as Tony said, my number one motto, do the right thing. And we saw this as another opportunity just to continue to do the right thing. So wanted to share that great news with you before I got into what's happening in Texas. So let's transition to Texas, the great state of Texas. The first question that I get asked when people talk about tell me what are the best markets for deregulated energy, Texas always comes to mind. And why is that? Well, it's really simple. I think there's really 4 key elements. The first is it's the largest deregulated electricity market in the US. And the good news, 85% of the state can choose, has the ability to switch to a third-party retail electric provider. The Texas electricity market is a $24 billion a year market. It's the highest among US states and comparable to several countries in Europe. So when we talk about opportunity, Texas is the land of opportunity. Second, and this may surprise people, but it has the most renewable energy in the United States. Texas produced nearly 10% of all renewable generation in the country in 2021, 157 terawatts of production. 35% more than the second largest state, more than every state in ISO New England. So ISO New England is Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. So more than all those states combined, and more than Pennsylvania and New York, who are two very big states in the development of renewables. So think about that as you think about how our product fits into the landscape of Texas. Third, and this is really important, it is a fully competitive marketplace. Unlike a lot of the deregulated markets we operate in today, the utilities don't compete with the retail electric providers. In the state of Texas, Encore, CenterPoint, they just transmission and distribution. They deliver power to customers' homes. They don't actually provide electricity. So you have a fully competitive market where retailers are competing with one another without having to deal with utility price to compare and how they buy versus what the market is buying at. And then finally, as we think about our value proposition, the last point is just really important. There's this framework for product innovation. And what do I mean by that? It is a supplier consolidated billing state, which means the retail energy provider issues the bill, which gives the retail energy supplier total control over product innovation. They're not limited by rate codes. They're not limited by how the utility bills. And then you have smart meters everywhere. And so the combination of a supplier consolidated bill and smart meters everywhere basically creates this market where innovation, it's ripe for innovation. And so as we think about our value proposition and wanting to be on the cutting edge, it's a fantastic market for us to operate in. So if those 4 points don't get you excited about Texas, maybe it's the barbecue ones. But moving on. So product. So when we talk about product, this is the nuts and bolts of the product. And I think first and foremost, a little housekeeping. So Think Plus, we're a registered broker in the market. Unlike other states we operate in, Think Energy is not actually a retail electric provider. We market products under the Think Energy brand name, which is licensed to a third-party rep. Good news, whether we're actually the licensed provider or not, EA compensation will be the same. So it really is just more of an administrative point, but wanted to make sure I made it. So let's talk about the product. It is consistent with our other markets. It is the Think Clean 36, fully renewable, 100% clean energy. What's unique to Texas is we are offering flexible start dates. So if you're talking to a customer whose contract doesn't expire, you can set a future start date up to 45 days. So that gives you flexibility to talk to customers and enroll them at a future start date. The pricing is an all-in bundled price, energy rate plus the TDSP, which is the utility pass-through prices for transmission and delivery. Key features, right? So what are the big selling points? The first one's really important. So as many of you know who've sold electricity or bought electricity in the Texas market, most fixed prices come with early termination fees. We have an early termination fee associated with our 36-month product, but what's unique is we're offering the consumer the choice to basically make pay a one-time payment of $30, $29.99, and they can switch to our best available product. So you get price certainty for 3 years, and at any time, if the market drops, for $30, you can switch to our best available rate. Pretty cool feature. Talk about doing the right thing. That is a great feature to have in the product. Billing, we're only accepting auto pay only via credit card or ACH. This is really important. This is how we keep our rates low. By not doing any aftermarket billing, we reduce our credit exposure, which allows us to provide the most competitive rates possible. Credit check, we use a soft credit check using the last 4 digits of the customer's SSN. We think based on our experience, it's a threshold that will approve about 85% of customers. Deposit, so customers below the deposit threshold, there'll be a minimum of $200 deposit required if you don't meet our credit requirements. So the Texas switching experience, it's different than the Northeast and other markets because it's fast. Customers who switch, we control the switch, so the customer typically switches the next day. There's transparent communication because, again, all the billing is done through our infrastructure. And it's a much different market than the other markets where you have a utility that's really an intermediary. In Texas, you have the ability to communicate with the customer and provide service to the customer well beyond what you can do in the other markets. And it allows you just to provide an experience that is totally differentiated and allows us to continue to stand out in the crowded marketplace. So when we think about the competitive advantages, like why, in addition to rate, right, which the rate we're going to cover next, and I purposely made it last in the presentation, just so you stay with me the entire way. But leaving rate aside, why switch to Think Energy? To me, it's really 4 key elements. One is the rate buy down feature. There are people who charge a monthly fee, but you pay that fee regardless of whether you use that. Ours is a simple one-time $29.99. You get certainty, and then you can always switch to our best available rate if the market drops and it's in your favor. I just think that's a great feature to have. Second, the Free Energy Club. We're not pioneers to have that concept. Others have done it before us. But what we have pioneered is how do you make the program super consumer friendly and a product that, people can begin to benefit with as few as 3 customers. So really unique to us, both in the ability for customers to access and do it, but with as few as 3 qualified customers, you're getting cash back equal to 10% of your Think Energy charges. Pretty fantastic. Third is the proprietary technology, Proton. This is something that's coming soon, but in addition to the value you get from us, which is obviously competitive fixed rate, we're also going to be incentivizing consumers in smart meter markets, which Texas is one of them, to shift consumption from peak to off-peak periods, and those consumers will be rewarded for that. So just an extra way to create more value from our product beyond just the competitive rate that exists in the marketplace. And then finally, through our partnership with One Tribe, we are protecting 50 trees for every new customer in old growth rainforests. To date, we've protected over 1.1 million trees. So pretty exciting partnership and just an extra added benefit you get from being a Think Energy customer or referring others to it. So before we even talk about the rate. But since that's what we're here to talk about, what do you think? Let's talk about the rates for a few minutes. All right. So for a little education, where do we serve? I said earlier, about 85% of consumers in Texas can choose. We are operating in the 5 utility zones in Texas: AEP Texas Central, AEP Texas North, Encore, Centerpoint, and TNMP. So that is the map of where we are providing power in the state of Texas. As I said earlier, there is no utility price to compare in Texas. It's one of the things that makes Texas one of the most wonderful markets where everything is competitive. You have to compete every day for consumers' businesses, for their business. But there is a way to track the average price in Texas. So you'll from time to time hear us refer to this number. It's just the Energy Information Administration tracks average monthly rates in Texas. And so we're showing it here for the past 3 years. I think what's kind of interesting is, we always talk about this story about volatility in the marketplace, and just in Texas alone, the average rate has gone from 11 to 14 cents over the period. So pretty telling in what direction energy prices are headed generally. So what are the components of a bill? And this is important because in Texas, one of the great parts that I was talking about earlier, innovation, what does that mean? That means suppliers can charge all kinds of fees. They have a lot more flexibility in how they structure their product. And so the Texas regulators smartly went into this concept that says, no matter what your fees are, you have to translate the total bundled cost of energy into a price per kilowatt hour so a consumer can compare your offer with the next supplier's offer. And so this is an important concept that everybody will learn. It's the electricity fax label. Every retailer has to provide it. And it's how you translate, again, how you, the consumer, compare offers amongst retailers. And so it shows it at 3 different levels: 500 kilowatt hours, 1,000 kilowatt hours, and 2,000 kilowatt hours. This is actually an example of one of our rates as of August 1st, but it breaks it down into base charges, which are monthly fees, right? Our product comes with a $4.95 monthly fee. It breaks down into the energy charge, which is the average energy charge at a particular rate, at a particular usage level, and then obviously the delivery charges. The reason the rate gets cheaper as you use more power, and obviously beyond 2,000 it will get even cheaper, is because your fixed charges, your $4.95 a month, are averaged over more kilowatt hours. So what's most important in this, as you're comparing, is that every company has an electricity fax label, and you'll be able to compare our rate versus others. So one of the cool features of our website is, if I'm a consumer, we make it really easy for you to figure out what that average rate is for you. And so there's a slider bar in our enrollment cart for Texas, and it shows, obviously, at 500 kilowatt hours per month, the rate's 13.7. You go to 1,000 kilowatt hours per month, drops to 12.8 cents in this example. And at 2,000, it drops to 12.3 cents. Now, Texas is unlike anywhere else in the country for many reasons, but one reason for sure is how much power Texans consume. So we typically use 2,000 kilowatt hours as kind of the average or the base, because most residential consumers in Texas that are not in an apartment, that have homes, are using, close to that amount of money, or somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 kilowatt hours per month. So we and most retailers use 2,000 as the number when we're showing rates. Oh, we're already into it. So one of the biggest zones is obviously Centerpoint, which is Houston. So our rate as of August, and this is assuming 2,000 kilowatt hours, is 12.3 cents per kilowatt hour. The competitor offers, right? Because my whole point, I've said it all the time, we will be competitive with similar offers. And so there's the competitor offers. There was 118 offers listed on the Power to Choose for Centerpoint that had contract term of 24 months or more. The lowest rate was 11.7 cents. The average rate was 13.2 cents, and the highest rate was 15.8 cents. So our 12.3 cent rate is just about 5% higher than the lowest rate. It's about 7% lower than the average rate, and 22% lower than the highest rate. So when we talk about competitive, that feels really competitive for all the offers of over 24 months in the Centerpoint market. Encore Dallas, our rate is 11.8 cents per kilowatt hour. There was 116 offers listed on Power to Choose. Lowest rate was 11.5, average was 12.8 cents, and the highest rate was 15.2 cents. Obviously, similar to before, we're just above, about 3% above the lowest rate, about 8% below the average rate, and about 22.5% below the highest rate. So feeling very competitive with those rates in that market. AEP Central, it's a 12 cent per kilowatt hour rate, 106 offers listed on price to choose with contract terms of 24 or more months. Ours is obviously a 36, similar comparison to the market here, just over the lowest rate, materially lower than the average rate and the highest rate. AP North were 11.7 cents per kilowatt hour, and compared to the 104 offers on power to choose, just 1% above the lowest rate. That's pretty competitive. 12.5% below the average rate and 25% below the highest rate. And TNMP, just a higher rate market in general. The average price is 13.1 cents in that market, and for 106 offers, just above the lowest rate, and 7% and 21% respectively over the average or under the average and the highest rate. So 5 utilities, I think 5 really compelling value propositions to go to market with. In addition to the rate buy down feature, the free energy club, the technology, the value add coming for consumers, coming very soon later this year, and obviously the One Tribe free protection for every customer enrolls. So I got to tell you, I'm excited the way it worked out, and I think hopefully these rates get you excited as well. So with that, I'm actually going to turn it over to my partner, my good friend, someone who I just have an incredible amount of respect for. All the success of this business, we would not be here without him. He's an industry veteran. He's someone who has taught me a lot in our short time together, and someone who I'm beyond excited to build this with. Let me just introduce to you Brad Tales, who's already on vacation in Kauai with his background.
Thanks, Michael. Can you hear me okay?
I can, buddy.
Well, thanks, Michael, for all that great information and the nice words you said about me, my friend. And I couldn't be more proud to be in business with you. As Tony said at the beginning, you're always doing the right thing. And with those rates that you've just put out there for Texas, what an unbelievable opportunity for all of us. If you're not excited about Texas yet, hold on, folks, because it's going to get better as we add a few more things to help promote Texas. And thanks, Michael, for always doing the right thing and keeping the EA's best interest at heart every single day, buddy. Appreciate you more than you know. I'm going to share my screen now here. Let me try this. Let's go. Okay, slideshow. Okay, I think I got it. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today. We got some great things that are really going to expedite your growth in Texas. And I'll just say this. Everything's bigger in Texas. And if you haven't reached out to people in Texas yet about us coming there August 1st, I implore you to get on the phone as soon as we're done the call today. I've been talking to people about Think Plus since November. We launched in February, and a lot of those people weren't ready to come yet. They were just, for whatever reason, no. Well, when I called those same people a week or two ago, because we had a hard date, we knew August 1st was a date that we could live with and a date we could deliver. I called those same people back, and they're so excited. They're getting on board with us now. They're so excited to launch Texas with us, to own Texas. And as Michael said, folks, if you never got out of Texas, if you just built a team that every single customer and every single EA was in Texas, you could have a field day and make a mint and set your family and your family's family up for the rest of their lives, just in Texas. So please, folks, make sure you're reaching out to everyone, because Texas is big, and Texas will build your entire company, nationwide when you see some of the things we're doing here. First of all, the Summer Success Promotion. It's running through August 31st. You're already engaged in that. That's when you personally enroll a new energy advisor in the above timeline, help them get 5 pending accepted customers within the promotion period, and you'll earn $100 bonus. Bonus increases in increments of 5. So for a total of 100 customers, for instance, that's 2,000 in bonuses, and there's no cap. You can enroll 1 EA and earn $2,000 on them, or 10 EAs and make $20,000. It's up to you. So make sure you take advantage of this promotion. It's not going to be here forever. You see the date there, August 31st. It's going away. Make sure you take full advantage of that, everybody. And here's something I'll touch on here. You saw a lot of our backgrounds. Kawhi, and I say this all the time, and I sound like a broken record, but I don't want to sound like a broken record. There's not a lot of secrets in this business, in this industry. There really isn't. This is one of them. Being on these leadership trips is priceless, everyone. And I'll just give you a perfect example. Got to play cards with David Fleet, who was on our Punta Cana trip. And Wayne Hill as well was learning the game. And we played against Michael Falquist and my son Braden. It was me and David against those two. And we won, of course. But that's neither here nor there. But I've been working with a bunch of the EAs that were on Punta Cana on different things. And one of the things David said the other day, he says, Brad, I don't know if we have this same conversation that we're having if we didn't play cards together for a couple hours with you and Michael. I don't know if I've got and I'm talking, this is him speaking. I don't know if I have the confidence or the bond with you to be able to share what I want to share with you. And other people have said that as well. It's really, and that's the key, folks. When you can build a relationship with not only the corporate field, but with EAs throughout the country, as we go from state to state and state to state, and they can help you build your team, even though they're not in your team or you're not in their team, it's absolutely priceless, folks. I'm telling you, it's one of the secrets. And I'll guarantee you this, you go to one of these, you'll never miss another one. You'll make it a priority to get on every single trip, every single year. Go, Brad, what's the qualifications this year? What's the next year, right? Because you won't want to miss them. So here we go. Earn the rank of regional director, earn a 4-day, 5-day night trip for two, $750 per person airfare credit. Earn the rank of senior director, throw in another night trip for two. Earn the rank of partner, another same 5-night, 6-day trip, but we're going to do a little special perk for you there. Regional partner, same thing, added night, $1,000 fare credit each now, plus a extra special perk. And then the ultimate, earn the rank of senior partner in this year, in the 2023 calendar year, same thing, $1,000 each airfare credit plus an extra special perk. And know this, folks, senior partners automatically qualify for every leadership summit. So how cool is that? Earn senior partner once, you're going every single year wherever we go. And here's one of the best features of this trip, because you might be sitting there and saying, I'm brand new. It's great we're opening up Texas, but I only have half a year left to qualify. Fair point, right? Regional director, I don't know if I can do it. I'm pretty confident I can do director, though. Perfect. You'd be one of the top 2 open line directors within the qualification period. And what I mean by open line, let's just say you're Eric and you sponsor Danielle, Alma, and Sean, and you have a total in this calendar year on your team 1,200 customers that have come in all year, right? A lot more than that, but let's just use 1,200. And let's just say Danielle's got 300 of them, Alma's got 400 of them under her, and Sean's got 500, right? 3, 4, and 5. Well, if it was the top open line director within your qualification period and it wasn't open line, probably Eric would be one of the ones to win it. He's got more than Danielle. He's got more than Alma. He's got more than Sean, because he gets to add them all up. But that wouldn't be fair, right? Because who did the most work in that scenario? Well, Sean did. Sean's got 500. Danielle's Alma's got 400, and Danielle's got 300. He can't count that volume from them, because they're the ones, they're directors and above. They're the ones that actually did the work. He may just have another line over here that had 300 come in. That's the ones he can count. Can't count the customers or anything. So it really is fair. It promotes the person for this trip who did the most work. So it's a great feature. And we always want to have new people shooting for that to be the top 2 open line directors. And here's what I'll predict. Someone probably who's not even in our business yet is going to be one of the top 2 open line directors. That it may just come from Texas. You heard a lot of people piping in today that Texas. This is me from Texas, from Texas, from Texas, for Texas. So the word's getting out there, folks, and it's exciting. So that's how open line works, everyone. Current leadership summit achievers: Kurt and Tricia Horan. Think big partners, which is Dana and Tony Procopio, Lisa and Jim Kenny, Brendan Kenny and Ed Kenny, Julie Brosis and guests, and John and Leila Piontek. So congratulations. There's many, and I didn't want to list them because I didn't want to put the pressure on people. One, there's so many that are just inches away from hitting regional director that are going to be on this next list as we probably in the August state of the company call. So look for that list to continue to grow, and congratulations to all of you. But here's some great things about Texas, and watch how it ties into what we just talked about. Promotion 1, Texas qualification for the 2024 Leadership Summit. Qualify for the 2024 Leadership Summit in Kauai, Hawaii. Achieve, I'm just going to break it down one after the other. Achieve the rank of director throughout 2023. This is separate from the open line, with a minimum of 400 Texas team customers. And of course, it's subject to the 40-40-20 rule, 40%, no more than 40% from one leg. So for that example, 400 customers, it's 160 in one leg, 160 in another leg, and 80 in another leg, right? You can only count 160. You may have 400 in one leg. You only count 108 or 160 of those towards this 400. Because imagine if you had a team that had 400 and you qualified, well, wouldn't your upline qualify as well? And then their upline. So you could have 100 people all going to Hawaii and 400 customers. Of course, you can't do that, right? So it's subject to the 40% leg rule, but you hit the rank. Forget about the open line now. This is going to be a new addendum that's on the next promotion, or the next leadership trip, how to qualify. Achieve the rank of director and maintain it through 2023 with a minimum of 400 Texas team customers, and you're going to Hawaii. Now, what if I'm already a director and I don't quite hit regional director, and I'm maybe not one of the ones that are the top 2 open lines? If I acquire in my team throughout 2023 and maintain it 400 Texas team customers, I'm going to Hawaii. So same thing for you. You might already be a director and you think, oh, regional director, I just can't get it. But I can add 400 more Texas team customers to my team. You're coming to Hawaii with us. It's open to all current and new energy advisors. So that's great news, folks. That is we're going to have a lot of people coming. Promotion number 2, Texas electricity band points increase. We did something similar like this for solar, if you remember. You're a band 1 customer in Texas, everything's bigger in Texas. So everyone's usage is substantially higher. So a lot of band 1 customers around the country are going to, would be a band 2 customer in Texas. Same size house, but they're using more energy in Texas, right? So a band 2 customer equals 2 points. A band 3 customers equals 3 points. Customer point value is permanent as long as the customer stays on the service. So again, this doesn't go away. You get 1,000 band 3 customers during the promotion period, which is by the end of October 31. They're counting for 3 points, 3,000 points, 1,000 customers, 3 points, band 3, 3 points, 3,000 customers for the next 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. For as long as those customers stay on the service, they're counting for 3 points. This will help expedite rank promotions and rank advancement bonuses for sure. It'll help you get to Hawaii. It's applicable to Texas customers enrolled by October 31st. So all Texas customers, and this is a note. So because I don't want you to freak out when you start getting Texas customers, you're calling EA support and going, why is it only showing 1 point? I know this guy is a band 2 or a band 3 customer for sure. I know what their usage is. All Texas customers will initially show as 1 point on your report for about 1 to 2 business days until we get historical usage that allows us to band it either 1, 2, or 3. It'll show as 1. But no, within a couple of days, you'll see it go from a band 1 a band 1 to a band 2 to a band 3, depending on the historical usage. So folks, if you weren't excited about Texas, you should be most excited about Texas now, and you should be more excited about Hawaii. Events. We're going to be having a road show in Texas. So mark these dates on your calendar. Tuesday, September 19th, Wednesday and Thursday, September 21st, 20th and 21st. We're going to be visiting Dallas, Houston, and a third city. And this is key. That third city is going to be decided, and the venues are going to be decided depending on the leaders that we're talking to and are coming in and where they have their groups. But that third city that's still yet to be decided could be Austin, it could be Lubbock, it could be anywhere in Texas. It could be in Dallas again or Houston again because the demand was so high. But we're going to go where the production is. So if you want your city, you're in Sugar Land, Texas, and you want that third event to be in your city, let's put Sugar Land on the map. So folks, I don't know what more to say than get ready to blast off. Texas is going to be huge. It's already having an influx and a buzz in our company. If you're talking to people, again, I've got some great people that are coming on board as we speak that I've talked to for the last 7 months about Think Plus, and the timing was just not right for whatever reason for them. Well, they see the big picture now. They now have rates behind them. They now know what our product is. They know what our technology is. They've got an actual date that they can promote. They know how it affects Hawaii. They know how it affects rank promotions with the added customer points, and they're ready to go, and they're ready to do it the big time. And with that being said, I want to ask the founding energy advisors, Ed Kenny, Brendan Kenny, Jim and Tony, to say a couple words, if you will, or take as long as you want, on how excited you are about Texas. And have you seen a influx in your business? We're not even in Texas yet, but have you seen an influx of excitement in your business, knowing what you know now and them knowing what they know now? Because we shared this information a little bit to a few people about Texas.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll take a spin at it first. I'm Ed Kenny of the Kenny Brothers. And I'm so excited. Everyone's been waiting for Texas to come. Obviously, it's a big state, and the company is brand new in February 11th. And we had a lot of work to do to put the pieces of the puzzle together to bring this to the Texas market. Because, you get to launch Texas one time, you got to do it the right way. So I'm grateful that we had the extra time to really put things together. But one thing I can tell you folks down in Texas and people that are about to build there is we have a free energy program, the Free Energy Club, that is second to none. And we've really mastered it. And in the Northeast where we've been building, when you have the rates that you're about to have starting off with, and then you have a free energy program on top of it, where you just start off, get really good at getting the customer to get 3 customers, and then they'll eventually get themselves to 10 and eventually to 20. That's a huge benefit to get $2,000 a year back in rebates for free energy. That's real money, and that's a residual benefit that's tax-free. I can tell you from experience, from all the markets that we have the free energy program cranking in right now, it's starting to get a viral nature to it. And that is something that you can't even imagine. You go out and get a customer, they get free energy. Some of those customers want to get free energy. Some of them want to get free energy. You could turn around a year from now after getting a couple of customers and have a bunch more that just came in from the free energy program. There's nothing else that's like that out there that's so simple. There's no catches to it. There's no gimmicks. It's just pretty cut and dry, 10, 20, or 3, 10, 20. With the rates that we are launching there with, this free energy program is going to just sweep through Texas. And I'm really excited about it. I'm excited that we're ready for this. We're ready for this. So let's make it happen.
We sure are, buddy. Okay, who's next?
All right, I'll go next. What I'm really excited about is over the past month, Michael Falquist and company has put together a couple task force of people. I live in New Jersey. I don't understand Texas market at all. I thought New Jersey was complicated. Texas is actually really easy, but it seems complicated. Either way, we've been doing a lot of research and talking to a lot of people that live out there. And basically over the past month, we've been taking that feedback, that input from people. And I think that what you saw tonight with the product offering that we have in Texas, from what everybody I've talked to so far, they've seen, a couple things. The rate buy down, I mean, that is genius, right? It's not every month, it's if you need it. We're confident, like in the Northeast, as well as Texas, we're confident that that 3-year fixed rate is rock solid. There is nobody, the beauty of that rate buy down is if the rates go up, if they double, it doesn't matter. You're locked into a 3-year price. You're good to go, right? This is just in case. It's like an insurance policy. So that is a no-brainer. We're confident that nobody's going to actually use that, but it's nice to know that we have it. And then, like Ed said, that free energy club, we're seeing it in our back office, but big time. It's really starting to take off. I'm starting to see the posts on Facebook, free energy this month, free energy this month. That is just a beautiful thing. So I'm excited to get out to Texas again myself. We'll stop in Ohio and Chicago on the way, I guess, right? Texas is on the way. So looking forward to the rest of 2023.
Thanks, Jim. Tony, Brendan?
Yeah, listen, first of all, thanks everyone for joining. We had a great crowd tonight. Listen, a subtle move, it was funny because Michael Falquist actually started the presentation tonight talking about a little subtle move he's making about paying out the community solar program on enrollment, basically. So when you enroll a new customer on community solar, if you've moved up our company and through our ranks, you will then start to achieve and earn those rank advancement coded bonuses that our compensation plan has. And that is significant for so many people that are looking at this company that are brand new or that are working their tails off to kind of move through our ranks. Because think about it, we're just getting started. We've only launched 2 states and we're now launching Texas. So as many of us that are on this call right now that are pioneers that are building this business, if we continue to build this business and continue to be consistent and we move up the ranks of this company, when we start to launch into markets like Ohio, Illinois, Texas, California, Arizona, all these community solar states that have multiple millions of customers that will take our community solar product. Why? Because it's a program that guarantees them a savings over 20 years for just opting in to support the state, right? And the amount of money that will get paid out to this field will be astronomical. Now, is that happening now? Yeah, in certain groups. We're only open in Texas, or excuse me, in New York and Maine. And by the way, those people that have rank advanced so far will reap the benefits of the move that Michael just made. But I can tell you from a perspective of building a network marketing business for the long term, that simple move right there will make this company one of the largest companies ever in the energy space. You can quote me on that a year, 2 years from now when you look back and you say, what was it that created this company and why did this company have so much momentum? And it was that subtle move that was announced tonight that was going to do it, because it rewards people for the efforts they're doing today, but also long-term as they're alive. And then we start to get that 20-year residual income and it creates that legacy income. So I couldn't be more excited. This is, for us, getting into Texas is just an incredible, monumental move for the company. So many people know people from Texas and we really want to get to them because our value proposition is incredible. We're going to start supporting that market. Listen, we have great leaders right now that have all chimed in saying, I want to participate. I want to start showing the plan on a weekly basis with you all. We are locking arms with the leadership of this company. This couldn't be a better time to be part of Think Energy. So from my perspective, I wish you all well. Listen, plug in. I know it's the summer, but right now, listen, Tony and I are going to be in Simsbury, Connecticut, a little teeny town of 10,000 people on Wednesday night this week. And about 100 people, 75, 100 people will show up at that small little library because they see the vision of this company long-term. But we're going to be going all over the country over the next couple of months, and come to a live event if you find one in your area. If someone's supporting a local meeting in your area, if you're in Ohio, New York, whatever, show up, because being present in these meetings is how you build belief and how you build long-term income with this company. So anyway, I don't want to be long-winded, but I want to pass over to Tony. Tony is, by the way, one of my favorite people on the planet, because you know what, when I create and when I talk about recruiting somebody and plugging them into our system that we've created, Tony is a huge part of our system because he does incredible value added trainings every week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday morning. And it's a must attend meeting, because if you're brand new and you're getting a new team involved in this company, why wouldn't you want them to get trained by the best in the business? And Tony Procopio is, in my eyes, one of the best presenters and one of the best trainers in the industry. So Tony, let's hear a couple words. You can close it out. Thank you everybody for attending.
All right. Well, thanks for those kind words, Brendan. I appreciate that. I've really enjoyed working with you and Jim and Ed, and it's been incredible here what we have our hands on, you guys. I mean, and I just want to say, you know, thank you to Mike Falquist. I mean, talk about knocking it out of the park. I mean, we all sat here and we're like, Mike said, hey, it's going to be competitive. It's going to be competitive. We didn't know it was going to be this competitive. I mean, we did not know that. And then you look at these competitive advantages. I mean, it's just amazing. I saw Mary put in the chat to us. She said, are you going to be training on this? Yeah, Mary, we're going to be training on all of this stuff and more, you know, definitely. And Jonah said, hey, listen, can you tell us more about the rainforest protection feature? Because, you know, that's something we all look at this and it's like, wow, there's a lot of savings here. There's a lot of long-term value proposition for our customers, the rate buy down, the free energy club, this technology that's coming out. By the way, the Proton app is just going to separate us from all of the competition. It's when you have something proprietary that no one else has, that's what we have. But I'll tell you, you know, that rainforest protection feature, sometimes, you know, that's overlooked, but I got to tell you, I looked this up, you guys. There's 70,000 acres of trees being cut down in the rainforest every day. 70,000. I mean, it's acres, not trees, 70,000 acres a day. And here we are, we've got this great platform, we've got this great, you know, technology, we've got everything, leadership, everything is there. And here we are being able to make a massive impact, not, hey, we could have planted trees. That's one thing you can do. But you know what, when you plant a tree, it takes 30, 40, 50 years for it to become viable to the point where a tree is in the rainforest today. But when you can protect a tree from getting cut down, it's an immediate impact. And so, Jonah, I know you asked specifically for that because I know some people are going to be looking to find out more about that. This partnership with One Tribe is incredible. You guys, it's a lot of these things differentiate us. We have technology, leadership, all the things that are in place. We have an incredible corporate team here that we can follow. Mike Falquist is leading the charge. Brad, you just crushed it with these promotions and everything. And I want to say thank you also to John Breitbart for putting all this stuff together and communicating this out to the field, you guys. We are in a historic moment right now. We've seen it all happen again. It's history repeating itself. Guys, stay tuned. The next 6 months is going to be incredible. And 8/1/23 is going to go down in history with Think Energy in the energy sector. So again, thanks for everybody for being here tonight. We appreciate you taking some time out of your schedule, and we will see you on the next one. Everybody have a great night. We're going to open it up and let everybody say goodbye. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Thanks,
Tony.
Brett.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Gracias.
Great
Thanks,
night,
guys.
guys.
Good
Bye.
night. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for everything, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you from
Bye.
Boston. Nice to meet you in
Bye.
Connecticut.
Thank you. Good
Thank you,
night.
everyone.
Thanks a lot, everybody.
Wow,
Thanks,
wow.
everybody.
job, guys.
Great
God
day.
bless everybody. We're going to stop.
Dallas, Texas.